If you want to create content that gives you business results, then these 8 questions are crucial for you to answer in your small business. Hi, guys. My name is Amit Suvarna. I'm an organic marketing strategist and coach. Today is day 31 of my light challenges that I've imposed on myself. I have a bad throat, and maybe I sound a little too bassy for my own liking, but please forgive me for that. And let's move on to talk about these 8 content strategy questions that you can have for big impact in your small business, right? These are absolutely fundamental aspects that you must uh, think about and answer before you move any further and create content. Otherwise, it's at best a shot in the dark, and you don't know whether your content is actually working for you. So, with that, let's get to question number one, which is about goals. Are your content marketing goals clear and specific? Because being precise is the name of the game for measurable outcomes. So, from that dynamic, if you could create goals for your business and then correlate it with your content marketing strategy, that totally helps. So for example, if you wanted to create demand for your new product, and how much of a demand for your new product, and how would you actually look at the core aspect, or the or how you're going to measure it, right? That would be primary. A follow up to that would be about metrics as to how will you measure the success. Is it by increase in website traffic? Is it by uh, lead generation, sign ups, so on and so forth, right? If you have clear metrics that you can align with your content strategy, that will be that will give you uh, that will give you advantage to understand how it is performing and having an impact on real world business, right? So if you think about, we would like to have 100 signups for this SAS platform this month. If you're just starting out, right, that would be a good goal to have. And as well as you're defining the metrics that are in alignment with that goal. So question number 3 is about your target audience, target group, which would be, do we understand our ideal customer inside out, and are, you know yeah, so let me say that again. Do you understand your ideal customer profile inside out, and look at whatever it is that they need to know about your product or service, right? And if there is an alignment between those things, right? So for example, if you were targeting CEOs at the seed stage startup, or senior marketing managers in a specific niche, right? Those would be important for you to know, right? A good example would be, you see in certain marketing companies that only strategically influence pharma sector or the healthcare sector, right? And in that also, it's only about email marketing or only about social media marketing, so on and so forth, right? So the more specific you can get with your target audience, and the more you know about them, the better. As uh, the next step to this would be about pain points and solutions. Under pain points and solutions, what you were looking at is, how does our offering help the target audience's pain points, whether it's about automatically scheduling meetings, or is it about understanding that you don't need to have complicated design skills, so on and so forth. So for example, one of them would be, let's say, Canva. For example, you don't need to have complicated design skills to just do what is required for your content marketing, right? So from that perspective, do you understand the pain points that are there for your target group to take that forward? The next question would be about channels. Can we identify the best channels for reaching our target audience? So you might as well create content for the channel on which your audience resides, right? So if it is B2B businesses, you would ideally target LinkedIn. If it is uh, people who have long commutes, so maybe it could be podcasts. So tailor your strategy accordingly to the channels on which your target audience is. Next one would be about content pillars. Now, you could be from any niche, but you have a lot of things to talk about. These are called content pillars, right? So, for example, as an organic marketing strategist and coach, I have things to talk about regarding strategy, regarding social media, regarding websites, regarding branding and messaging, regarding ethical sales processes, about content marketing. So these are my content pillars under which I can create content independently of the other or in correlation. So today's topic is a correlation between strategy and content marketing. Yeah. Or it could be just purely about that particular content pillar, right? So do create those content pillars, and you can understand that so that your content doesn't become too repetitive after a while, right? You know that it's you're taking picking up one content pillar, then you're going to the next, then going to the next, and so on, right? Next would be about engagement and interaction. So how do we encourage interaction and engagement with our audiences? uh, because it's not just about creating content, it's about fostering a sense of community, to be able to have interesting conversations, right? So are you hosting Q&As? Are you doing live webinars? Are you putting up polls where you can get answers to certain questions from your audience, allowing them to speak their mind? So these things are an interesting way of increasing your bubble of influence. Do try those out, right? And the last question would be about distribution. Uh, do you know how you're delivering your content for maximum impact? Uh, do you have a strategy to continuously create this content without burning yourself out, right? Uh, so for example, this is something that I think a lot of businesses, or a lot of content creators do, not yet businesses, content creators do, is that they create content for just one platform, right? Let's say a Twitter, and then on Twitter they realize that this content is performing the best, so they just pick up that, and with that they create their blog articles, they create videos, short form videos, so on and so forth. It's an interesting way to keep the content generation cycle going and not get burnt out, because ultimately the name of the game is consistency, and to put out content that helps your target audience systematically, So having distribution set up right will truly help your small business. um, so let me do a quick recap of the questions. The number one is goal related. Do we know what are the goals that we are setting? Are they smart goals? Second is what are the metrics that we are setting to ensure that these goals are reached? Third, what do I know the ideal customer profile that I'm trying to engage with? And can I know exactly where they are coming from and who they are serving, so on and so forth? Number four is about pain points. What are the pain points that our services and services provide that are solutions to their pain points? What channels? Question number five is about channels. What channels do we want to be present on where our target audience also is present? Number six is about content pillars. Create content pillars that talk about distinct topics that uh, you can have focused and impactful conversations on. Number seven is about engagement and interaction. How do we keep our audiences engaged? Q&As, webinars, polls, comment interaction, so on and so forth. And number eight is about distribution. So these are eight critical questions to ask while you're formulating your content strategy and create the best impact out of putting your content out there. So if you think that you have this down to a pad but still want to understand how you can make it better, do consider speaking to me. You can book a 30-minute no obligation call with me on this link. The link will be there down in the description as well. I hope you have a fabulous Monday. See you tomorrow. Bye.